So hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will be discussing about the safety aspect of storing ethylene oxide or oleum in detail. As in general, for storage of chemicals, we use various types of tanks and each and every tank is covered with a dike wall. So before getting into the video, we will discuss about dike wall. A tank dike is a barrier wall surrounding for one or more tanks that have the ability to contain the full volume of the liquid of the largest tank in case of leakage or tank failure. Means a dike wall is a containment zone in which various kind of tanks are being placed. One or more types of tanks can be also placed in a single dike wall. And the dike consisting of multiple number of tanks should have the capacity to hold the volume of the tank which is having the maximum capacity. Dike wall also acts as a secondary containment alternative. We shall discuss the other specification of the dike wall in some another video. For now, in this video, we will be discussing about the safety aspects which is associated with storing of ethylene oxide or oleum. There are various points which we need to take care of during the designing of tank area. The points are: a dike with sloped ground floor is required to contain the storage tanks so that in the case of emergency, all the liquid is being collected at a particular place because of the slope. Then acid proof lining in the dike is necessary, which is to prevent the floor from getting deteriorated with the time. Then a tank vent is to be connected with a sulfuric acid tank or a scrubber with strong H2SO4 to prevent the discharge of fumings of SO2, which is because if it is directly into the atmosphere without any kind of treatment will cause serious injuries. Next is a roof that is required on the tanks, which is to protect the tanks from rainwater. Means the tank of oleum or the tank of ethylene oxide should be covered with a roof. Then all the tanks should be placed squarely on a sound foundation and raised off from the ground by at least 2 layers of acid resistance brickwork. Means a proper foundation should be provided on which the tank should be placed, and the foundation should be of 2 layers of acid resistance brick. Then the tanks should be slightly mounted towards the sludge hole or the outlet wall so that in case of emergency or in case of leakage, the liquid will be collected at a particular point and can be easily discarded or discharged. Then gauge glasses should be avoided. The reason behind avoiding of gauge glasses is there may be chances of getting the glass to break and which may cause leakage of their chemical. The next point is the tank should be surrounded by a bund wall having adequate capacity to contain the total release of the whole quantity of material that can be stored inside the tank due to leaks or spills or rupture failures. In case the bund is common for a group of tank, the bund must be designed to contain the whole loss of the containment from the single largest tank. Means the bund wall should be having a capacity to contain the largest tank volume in itself. Means if the tank with the largest volume gets leaked, the whole tank volume can be easily contained in the bund wall. The bund flooring should be of acid resistance material including the bonding material. The slope of the tank or the tank farm or the tank base should end up in a sump having drain valve facility which is approachable from outside so that the cleaning of liquid spillage is quite easier and can be done very safely. The floors of the storage area should be of acid resistance material and should have adequate slope to facilitate easy drainage of spilled material. Then before the acid is allowed to enter the main sewer, it should be collected in a catch pit and in the catch pit it should be sufficiently diluted and neutralized before sending it to the sewer. so that it not causes any danger to the environment. If it is allowed to enter the drainage without any treatment, might cause severe damage to the environment. One of the main point is that water must be freely and readily available to dilute such spillages. It is necessary to provide water lines with hose to instantly dilute in case of spillage so that the severity can be easily controlled. Other than water, compressed air, which should be free from oil, moisture and other impurities, should be used at the time of unloading of tanker. The tanker outlet valve should be made of SS with Teflon coating and should be leak proof. A level indicator and identification of the content are also necessary, which is very beneficial in the case of storage tank. Because if level indicator is been not placed or there is no level indicator in the tank, then the amount of quantity transferred or the amount of quantity there in the tank is not cleared, and which might lead to overflowing of the tank and which will cause a serious disaster. A proper NFPA diamond should be placed on the tank so that the persons working in the premises can easily figure out the content of material in the tank and the disaster which may arise while the case of spillage and during the time of spillage, how can they fight with the disaster. So guys, these were some of the points which we need to take care of while storing of ethylene oxide or oleum in the tanks, or while transferring of ethylene oxide or oleum into the tanks from the tanker. So that's all for this video. Hope you like this video. Thank you for watching.